why should I put a picture on the PDF CV? I know in the US it's forbidden by law, but here in Europe it's quite common, especially in Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. The main reason is that people hire people and they want to have a face attached to a history. They want to remember the person like that they are right now studying. So the picture gives like a visual clue such that the reader remembers you among the around 200 CVs that the person has to read in a day. So basically the picture is like an anchor that really helps remembering, to remember people. A normal picture is totally fine, doesn't have to be anything professionally made. I've seen everything from people sitting in garden chairs with a cigarette and so on. So like, of course, some level of professionality should be there, but just a normal like shot like this with your phone is totally acceptable. And yeah, there are like really some people who have a lot of creativity and put like pictures which are really showing them in like weird situations. Of course, this like really depends on the job. For some jobs, this might be okay, but sometimes. But on the other hand, sometimes people like this would be people that put too little like thought into like this is a job application, right? I shouldn't put a picture where I'm like smoking a cigarette, and some people put too much care actually into it. So I had once a candidate who had like a picture where it's like black and white, and he sits somehow like this, and he's like, oh, maybe that looks too arrogant and so on. And I thought this was totally fine. So basically, it should just somehow be normal, a normal picture, and to somehow help that one can remember you. This is the only purpose of it. And I assume my colleagues in the US, they also, the first thing they do, they go on LinkedIn, and then on LinkedIn you have the picture also. So this is another thing you can try to use one picture among all your platforms. So on Google, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on GitHub, such that like the recognizability is much higher. So the cognitive effort to research you is much lower. And the effort can be put into value-added things like reading your CV, the actual content, reading your code on GitHub, really finding out things about you, such that to really know whether one should hire you or not. So all those things help, and this is why I think a picture on the CV is a good thing, because it just helps with the memory, especially nowadays where it's not a joke. 200 CVs a day, maybe more. That is what most people have to deal with, because the internet basically allows everyone to apply to every position in the world. And if you have a position in a, let's say, a famous, prestigious place like Zurich, then you get like applications all over the world from people that sometimes don't even have like a work permit or any way actually to legally start working here. Still, those people will send you CVs and their resumes and stuff, so you have to read through those and so on and so on. So basically the cognitive effort that is already destroyed just by the nature of the work, that you have so much input to deal with. If you put something online that looks like a job application, that already is like, it's like a big minus of this internet world that we live in, that basically everything is, the information is accessible to everywhere to everyone, which of course is a net positive, but it has very interesting side effects for people who work, I assume, in sales, recruitment, or business. So really think about those people. Be thoughtful about like the visual aspect of your CV, that is very quickly readable and has this visual, let's say, anchor that helps me to remember you when I read the CV today, tomorrow, next week, in 2 months, and in between I have talked to like 50 other people, or more, way more actually, and looked at like thousands of profiles. So take this into account, and have a good day.